So I'm in South Africa. I've been following the ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup closely, and ahead of the first semi-final between India and New Zealand, just a quick thought on what you can look out for. India, I think, start as favourites, not as overwhelming favourites, because they have had a meltdown against Australia in the Super Sixes, though I think that's only going to leave them for the better going into the semi. They've had the tougher run in, they've lost to Australia, they've had to bounce back the next day against Sri Lanka, which they did, and they also were under pressure in the opening game against South Africa, who've been better than we thought in the tournament. New Zealand, on the other hand, fairly easy run in. West Indies, Indonesia, Ireland in the group stage, and then Rwanda and a Pakistan side that knew they were out of it when they played in the last game of the Super Sixes. So New Zealand haven't really been tested. They've had to chase targets of less than 100 in 4 out of those 5 games. They lost 6 wickets doing that against Rwanda. As far as their bowlers go, never really been under any real pressure. And if they come up against a Shefali Verma or a Shweta Sehrawat or a Richa Ghosh or even a Trisha who take them on, I'd like to see how they respond. So for me, India are in the driving seat. Key players to look out for. For India, it just comes down to Shefali again. I thought that this team was more than just Shefali, but just the way they had this collective meltdown against Australia makes you wonder if the occasion at times and the opposition can get to this young Indian side. So if Shefali starts well, she just settles the nerves, whether that's batting first or batting second. Keep a lookout for India spinners who've been excellent. Mannat Kashyap, Parshavi Chopra and Archana Devi between them. And also Tita Sadhu, who's the only outright seamer in the team and can give you a wicket or two in the new ball. If she starts well with the ball, that's just what India need. That's what both teams need going into a semi-final, to start well. As far as New Zealand go, Georgia Plymouth looked a class above the rest with bat, albeit not against the strongest level of bowling that we've seen in the tournament. Keep an eye out for Abigail Houghton, who's a real quality off spinner. She could trouble these batters if there is turn on the JB Marks Oval, where we've seen two types of surfaces, one that really does turn or one that just goes flat. So I think that's the reason both teams would want to chase going into the semi. So it is an important toss. Whoever doesn't let the occasion get to them should end up on the right side of this. But I think, like for like, India are the stronger team.